Hey, welcome, Bulletproof Fit Christians over 40. I'm really excited to share with you a story actually of a success that is in the inner circle on the inside of my premium coaching program. And I have a good friend of mine who's also a coaching client of mine as well, and Pamela. And before I have her talk, let me just share with you just one of the things that I've realized over the course of the years I've been a coach is not just me sharing with you how I help people, but to actually have the people that have been a success on the program and are actually currently succeeding right now. And I'm really excited for two things. Pamela is one of my close friends, and we've known each other for now, I think maybe 10 years, over 10 years. And then also, as you know, I've been in Costa Rica. So one of my other closest friends is her husband, and we were in Costa Rica, and they have a ministry down there, and it's amazing. And I've been just really grateful to be a part of it and to see what God is doing and moving. And I thought it would be really awesome to have her come on, because as of recent, she became one of my coaching clients. And I want to let her talk about her story and just the past, kind of what happened before she came into the coaching program, and even in the last actually month where she actually had COVID and overcame COVID. It is now getting back on a healthier path. And part of it is taking care of herself, taking care of her health and her physical fitness, and also her spiritual as well. Everything is all included in there. But let's just start. First off, thank you, Pamela, for jumping on here and taking the time out. I know I'm used to doing lives, and I know not everybody loves getting on lives, but I wanted to just welcome you to the Bulletproof Fit Christians over 40. I thought it'd be awesome. You're in ministry, and I know this is more about your health, but I would just say is thank you for, I know you got busy schedule and you got to take care of ministry stuff and you're on Zoom calls, and probably the last thing you want to do is another Zoom call, right? But let's start here. When we got together, we it was, I think, in September. What made you reach out? Now I know we connect and we touch base and our families get together when we can, but
Yeah.
on a professional level, what made you reach out to me in the beginning?
Well, thank you for having me, Mark. Well, I got to the point to where I needed help. I've always done a little bit of exercise here and there, walking, hiking, and I got back in 2019. I had an injury to my hip, and I tried everything I knew to try to exercise without making it worse, but I wasn't successful. And I was in a lot of pain. So I reached out to you because I knew that you have experience, and that was the biggest thing, the pain that I experienced on my hip, and I needed to be in shape, and I wanted to get healthy again because I kind of lost my track a little bit after the injury, and that was it. That was the biggest two things that I needed. I needed help getting back in shape, and I knew that if I got sick, I needed to be healthy because I also have some health issues that this whole COVID thing could be an issue for me. So this was the thing.
Yeah, and one of the things I know we touched base before, probably last year or so, and you had a couple challenges. And running was one of your big things and big modes of exercise. And when you're in Costa Rica, that was what you did. And I know that got to be a struggle. And we talked about it, right? We had a conversation about it, and just saying, hey, making sure warming up and doing some proper things, just like Dave, right? And doing some of those things, but it still wasn't really enough, right? There was something else. And then when when the lockdown happened, which is in March, I think you guys came back in April, was it, from Costa Rica? Were you guys here in April? So yeah, I mean, one of the other things is now being in a kind of in your environment, not that you didn't know because you guys know Florida, but as far as being a new environment and being challenges, was there anything that aside from the exercise part that was just hard? Was like, we were talking earlier about like the amount of access for food here in the States versus in Costa Rica, just the options and fast food and all that stuff. Was that a challenge as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. When it comes to food, it's really easy here. You just drive through, you get yourself some good hamburgers, some fried food, some French fries, which are my weak spot. And it became too easy, the frozen pizzas and just convenient. It was very convenient. We did come back. We were very busy as we were coming back because we had to transfer everything from live ministry to online. So eating, and then prepping food was the last of our priorities. My husband did start a garden, but that took a while before started giving out food. And the workout part too became it was just I didn't know what to do. What do I do for the pain? What do I do without making it worse? I needed to get it stronger. So all that, it was a big change for us, like for everybody. The lockdowns and not being able to. We have a space where we are at, but still I couldn't use the space to walk around because I cannot really walk or run on uneven surfaces. This is not good for my hip. So all those things kind of came together, and yeah, the food was definitely a
Yeah.
factor. Easy to
Yeah.
eat.
And you mentioned busy. Like, not only were you back in the States, you were running a ministry that church, there was still a ministry that was needed. There was still people that worked for you guys and for the ministry. And you have three kids, I know, but can you share the ages of your kids? You have three that are.
Yes. I have an 18-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 12-year-old now that they all had to go on online schooling and all did that.
Yeah. And we shared in our our challenges and struggles with that, which is super. And they were back, they weren't in school in Costa Rica, they're back home. So I can't even. So needless to say, you were super busy, a lot of things going on. Certainly easy to put your health down at the lowest priority, but instead you said no. Like you said, this is not going to happen. And you got in touch with me, and that was back in September, right? So you had to get adjusted in April, May. We touched base a few times, but really September when you pulled the trigger and said, I need your help. So aside from, I don't think there's really, because we have history, maybe anything skeptical about, and I know you talked to me beforehand about what, like, maybe this is not going to be the right thing. Am I going to have, like, the accountability part? Was there anything that you might have been skeptical about as far as before starting?
No, well, when it comes to the work that you do, absolutely not. I've known you guys for a long time. I know that you're very good at what you do. I really didn't have any doubts in that part. I've had doubts that I wouldn't be able to hold my end of the bargain, that I wouldn't be able to, schedule in my workouts, that I wasn't gonna check in. But I needed it, and like I said, the pain was a big factor to help me move, find help, and I just did it. I just did it. There was points to where my workouts could be any time in the morning, afternoon, even late at night. I've done it as late as 10:30 at night just to try to be consistent. Um, and I think the biggest doubt it was on me. Well, am I gonna be able to do this and use this time and this opportunity wisely? So, but I did, and I think I've tried to do one thing at a time, conquer one task at a time, getting my workouts done, then getting my food in order, and just little steps. The accountability has been really, really good for me. Also, some of the teachings are really good. Being able to get information in a specific subjects are really good. I love seeing other people's experiences. The inner circle, the encouragement when other people are cheering you on. At least somebody sees that you're trying to do your workout. I think that's really, really fun. The little things that make a big
Yeah.
difference, I think. And
Yeah. 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 Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't know you're.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what's really good. It's really good to be part of that and to have it there. To be learning and being able to have the answers as well when you have questions. Specific questions. And like I said, to me, it's very specific with this hip injury to not hurt that. And knowing that I'm doing exercises that it's not gonna make it worse gives me a lot of peace. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, and you did. And here's the thing, and I'm sure everybody wants to know, like, okay, tell me your results. Tell me, like, what. And we've been working together now. I know as you're getting on a healthier path and wanting to improve your fitness, the big thing for you is getting your hips stronger, getting healthier, having more endurance, and also improving your health, because you talked about just earlier about your health, just some of the health issues you've had before. So September, the reality is people want to know now. What I'm excited about is to see that not only did, not, I wasn't excited that you got COVID, but excited that you got through it. And that I can see even now when we got on, I was like, you even look better than we did the last time. When I saw you when we got back from Costa Rica, but just being able to get through that, I'm just excited because you put in the effort and it definitely helped. But let's talk September to now. We're in the end of January. What are some of the things that you felt? I know aside from the accountability, but as far as some of the results that you felt that you've gotten in the last 3, 4 months?
Well, one of the biggest things, which was right actually before I got sick, it was on New Year's Day, I decided to finish a painting project that I started back in April. And when I started in April, I wasn't working out, and I was I would paint a day, and I would be down for a day because it was so exhausting to my body. So I knew that I would paint a day because I also have I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia years ago. So when I do something like that, it takes me 2 days, a day of work, a day of rest. So on the 31st, I said, great, I'm gonna paint tonight, and tomorrow is a holiday, I'll rest. And then so I did like 6 hours of painting, and I said, okay, great, tomorrow's gonna be a rest day. And I was preparing to wake up in pain like I usually do. But I woke up and I had no pain. And I was very surprised. And I totally think it's because I'm stronger than I was. When I started the workout, I couldn't do a 10-second plank. I could barely use the foam roller because my arms will hurt. It has nothing to do with the foam roller. We try to hang on to it. So I became stronger, and I was able to see it in there. And that was a big accomplishment for me that day. I was very thankful for that. And then when I was diagnosed with COVID after a couple of weeks of being sick, actually around the 16th of January. And at first it scared me, of course, because I have this cough that I struggle with. But then as I calmed down and I said, okay, your body's prepared for this. And knowing that I had been taking care of myself, that I've been eating good, that I've been doing everything I knew to stay healthy, gave me a peace of mind. And I tell people, I said, you might get it. Just make sure you're walking, make sure you're eating right, and just prepare your body so that when you do get sick, you can fight it off. And I know that there's struggles for people, with underlying issues, but it got me down for a few days, but I'm coming back up, and I was whether it's I think it does help a lot to be in better health, and to know that I had done those things. I think mentally it helped me to recover, because I think a lot of the recovery, you can panic. You're like, well, this stuff can hurt me, but I think it gave me a little bit of peace of mind.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think we could both say is, and the things I've heard just in ministry with you guys in Costa Rica, is there's definitely divine intervention. So it's funny how we've been connected for years, but not working together. And now in the last 3, 4 months, you've been building your immune system, getting stronger, healthier, more fit. And this happened to you with, I'm not saying that it could or couldn't have been worse, but chances are it probably would have been a lot harder for you to recover had you not been pursuing the things that you needed to be pursuing, to taking better care of yourself, putting Pamela at the higher level of the priority list, right? With all everything else going on in your family. And look, we all know, like, as parents, we have to take care of our kids, and we have to do our job, and our duties at the house, and with our family and our spouse and relationships and all those type of work and all those things. But if it's easy for us to put ourselves down at the bottom of the kind of priority list. And what's really awesome to hear from you is that wherever you were on that priority list, you started to put yourself higher, and it definitely has paid off big time. And that's so awesome. So let me ask you this, just in a sense, because I know a lot of people, and yourself included, haven't ever done any online coaching. So I always ask this: who, in a general sense, what type of person might this program, the program that I have, or I say our inner circle, the Lean Body Breakthrough Coaching Program, and my inner circle program, now this being in the Bulletproof Fit Christians, which is our free group. And a lot of people on here having in support, and it's a great group. But as far as in the inner circle, who would you recommend this for? A type of person that you would recommend this for?
Yeah. Well, you asked me back a few minutes ago one of the things that I was hesitant about, and I think it relates to this. I was thinking, will this short workouts be effective? Mm. So, and I said, well, I'll give it a try, and they are. And I think so. If you don't have a lot of time to think through your workouts, to research what you need to do, to even plan your workouts, plan your meals, this is for you, because you give it to us very easy, really, in a lot of ways. It's very
15 minutes.
15 minutes. And that was 15 minutes. And I was thinking, and some of them are pretty hard workouts. I mean, a couple of them I couldn't finish at first. It took me a while to finish my workouts, even the first workouts. But I was kind of wondering in the back of my mind, I wonder if this is gonna work. But it does. It made me stronger. I think it made me healthier, and then your workouts are getting harder and harder, which is means that I am getting stronger and stronger and being able to do them. So if you don't have a lot of time, this is gonna help you. If you don't want to research, because we all can sit down and research and get it done. But if you don't have the time, this is it. I think this is good for people who are busy, for people who need the encouragement, if you need the information, if you need all that kind of stuff, I think this is for you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. We're going to finish with there. Uh, the one thing I think the big factor with the exercise, we're all busy. Like if you're listening now and you're over 40, maybe if you're retired, you might have a little more time. But then it's like having to deal with what kind of workouts? There's so many different options out there. What should I do? Now I'm retired and my body's not the same as it was. But for the most part, the one thing that I've made it a point for my program is to eliminate the confusion. Like,
Right.
why be confused when you have a coach and you have somebody that has years of experience to remove all the confusion?
Right.
And aside from that, the support, right? The accountability and support, because you'll hear from me if
Yeah.
you don't get your workouts in, if you don't check in, if you don't do your Monday goals, or share with us your wins on Friday, or come on to the training. Obviously, you have that, and that's the difference. And I'll just say, hey, congratulations to Pamela. I know we still got a ways to go, and we're working on some specific goals. I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you got through COVID, and I know you're still in a little bit of the recovery process, but you came through it flying colors. I know it's hard for a lot of people that maybe their immune systems are weak. But I can tell you, if this is any testimony to the priority you need to put on yourself and your health, your personal health, to make sure not just to avoid COVID or to get through it, but to truly build your strength up, to build your immune system up, to get your body feeling more confident. It's truly like worth its weight in gold, so to speak. And anyway, thank you so much, Pamela. Anything last minute you want to say, or you're good?
No.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I did want to say one more thing that I think for somebody who, if you get bored easily and if you don't like going to the gym all the time or doing one thing, this is for you, because one of the things I love about it is that it's constantly changing for me. And I don't have to do the same thing every day or month. So that is
Awesome.
one more thing I wanted to say that I really enjoy about that. I said, this is great. You never know what's going to come next week, and those workouts are going to be different every few weeks, and that's really cool, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. You don't have to, and you don't have to go to the gym, and you don't have to have any kind of fancy equipment, and you get results, right, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. All right, Pamela, thank you so much. And for you guys listening too, if you want more information about my inner circle coaching program, you can reach out to me. If you're friends with Pamela on Facebook, you can reach out. I always say you can reach out to any of my students in the program that are working hard, getting great results. If you want to just send me a private message, I know sometimes it'd be weird to post it publicly, and not everybody needs to know. If you want help or you need help, just send me a message. Just hit the word bulletproof, and I'll get you some more information. We can jump on a call and see if we're a good fit. Anyway, that's it. Take care, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks, Pamela.
Thank you. Have a good
See ya.
day. Bye.